Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of our Community Access. This week we went to 2 alpaca farms to check on how to shear alpacas. Then we had another ribbon cutting in Oxford. Then a couple of weeks ago, we sent to our crew to video the Jay Gould ceremony. And finally, we went to the Princess Ball, all today on our Community Access. Welcome back. Recently, we went to 2 alpaca farms to check on how to get their fleece was sheared. With the story is our reporter, Terry Stiles. Terry?
Hi, Bill. I am at Dreamcatcher Alpaca Farms. I am with one of the owners, Larry Wheeler, and the noise in the background is the babies are getting a haircut today. So, Larry, if you can tell me how this process works with getting your alpacas sheared.
Well, we bring them in. Cy Carl is our shearer, and we bring them in, and you see that we put straps on their front legs and on straps on the back leg. And with the pulley system, we just stretch the legs out and gently lay them on a mat. And then, so they're cushioned. And then he starts shearing the back and the rib cage and everything. That's the prime, and that'd be the longest fleece. And then the legs is shorter fleece, and that'd be seconds. And then the legs actually be thirds. Next will be second, and it just goes by the length of the fleece. We shear once a year. We shear about this time every year because they can't handle the heat with all the fleece.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we're doing. We're taking it off, and while they're down on the ground like this, we'll trim their toenails. If they need to have their teeth floated, we'll float the teeth, and we'll give them a shot of ivermectin just for the worms.
Oh, okay.
And then they're good to go.
So you're also doing a health maintenance on them at the same time?
Yep. We do try to do everything at one time, and they don't stress out like this, and so we're fast.
Yeah, this one seems to be handling it pretty well. So you mentioned the fleece that's around the back and on the belly area. Is there an undercoat to that, like a felt coat?
No. What you see is just follicles that grow directly from the skin. So there's an undercoat like in dogs, for example, or some of the other animals. It's all just natural fleece, and the only difference is between the prime and second and thirds is the length. And you want to get fleece that's got some good crimp, which means a wavy pattern to the fiber. And if it's got crimp from the skin to the tip, that's what they prefer because it helps grab other fibers in the yarn processing.
And so the value in their fiber, and it's not called fur, not called hair, correct?
It's fleece. It's called fleece.
Fleece, okay. It depends on the length and also the blue blood of the animal themselves, correct?
Well, yeah, we test the fiber every year for density to see how thick it is and micron count. So you want micron count to be very low, which is really fine, and then you want the density so that when you push down on the animal, you can't feel anything except fleece. You like the density. The more dense it is, the more pounds of fiber you get.
And I notice that you have a llama here as well, 1 llama, right?
No, we have 2. They just guard the property. If anybody comes up that they don't know, or a dog comes up the driveway they don't know, one of the llamas will get in a corner or closest to that animal coming up the driveway, for example. And it'll stand as tall as it can stand, lets out this screech. And that's a warning to all the other alpacas. There's somebody up here that we can't trust. The alpacas, if they're in the back lot here, they'll run out in an open space and kind of form a circle. If they've got babies, they put the babies in the middle. And they're all looking at different directions. And they'll stay that way until they get an all clear from the llama.
And how does that happen? What's the sign of an all clear?
It just makes another little sound, and it's kind of like it's all clear, and then they go back to doing what they were doing before. but it's amazing to watch them because I have two. And the first time I saw them react that way, the white one was screeching at a dog coming up the driveway. The black one, in the meantime, went to the opposite corner and looking out the other direction. And then after a few minutes, they rotated. So the black one comes up to the point, and the white one goes to the back. And they keep doing that to make sure that nobody's sneaking up behind them. And it's just, the instincts of animals is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful to watch.
And you know your babies are protected. Speaking of babies, back to the shearing, how young do you shear them? Like newborns as well?
Some shear when they're babies. They're called crias when they're babies. And some of them shear early, at just a few weeks, something. They think that the fiber comes in more organized. And other people don't. We've done it, but the last few years we have not. And when they get into the show, we show them, and they're judged on the conformation and the quality of their fleece. And they're looking for, on the fleece, they're looking for the density, the fineness, and the crimp. And for conformation, it's the way that the body's put together, how straight their legs are, if they're walking upright on their feet instead of down on their the back part of the feet. That's all the things they're looking for. And you're judged in classes of maybe 10, 12, 14, 15 animals. And if you place, you're doing a good job with your animals. So.
So that's all about their care and maintenance. Is there also judging of the fleece itself after it's been sheared?
Yeah, there's a separate segment of the shows where they just take the prime of fleece, and it's opened up and judged. And it's a big process. It's not an easy task. And they have people that specialize in preparing the fleece for shows, where they lay it out, they clean it all out, and they keep it intact. So when it's actually folded in layers, and when they unfold it, then it's just as if it came off the animal.
Oh, so they don't card it, they don't do any washing or anything like that?
Nope, they pull out the debris and the parts around the edges where it may be a little dirty or something, they throw that away. But the rest of it is just as if it came off the animal. And it's very intense for that type of competition.
Right down to a science.
Yeah. Yep.
And so how often do they have those types of competitions in this area or in Michigan?
Most of them around this area are done in the springtime. And because you want to show your animals in full fleece. If you get them sheared, you can't show them again until the fleece exceeds 2 inches. So if you shear now, maybe late in the fall, you could show them again. But everybody shows in the spring. And they're all over the country. We have one here. We have two here in Michigan now, and then they have a big show down in Ohio. We just went to the one in Ohio, the Buckeye Show, and we did very well. Took 5 animals and got 2 blues and 1 third, and our youngest one didn't place in her class, but it was a good show for us.
Better luck for her next year. Bravo. Good for you. Congratulations. What kind of maintenance do you have to do to the fleece throughout the year, throughout its growing period? Anything?
Nothing. These are Wakaya alpaca. There's 2 types. There's Wakaya and Surrey. And Wakaya is like this, where the fleece grows out, kind of like resembles a sheep. The Surrey grows, their hair comes out mainly from the back line or the spinal column and drapes down over the sides, and then it twists and it forms dreadlocks. And it'll get so long it'll drag the ground. But they look a little bit smaller than the Wakaya, and their hair growth is so much different. It's kind of funny because you don't think there's a lot of fleece on a Surrey, but a lot of times the weight of that fleece is heavier than coming off a Wakaya, just because it's twisted, and it's just a lot of fleece there. So
Now you only have Wakaya here?
I have Wakaya.
And what's your preference, or why is it that you have a preference to Wakaya? Just availability, or?
I like the way these look. The other ones, the Surreys, they're nice, but I just prefer the Wakaya.
And how about their disposition? Are they easy animals to be around?
These are the best animals to be around. They're quiet. if you have a bad day, all you have to do is come out and spend a few minutes with these guys. They always look like they have a smile on their face. And when they lay down in the evening to chew the cud, they all just sit around and hum to each other. And so it's and it's back and forth all the time. But they're so easy to be here with. And just, I used to have sheep. I got to the point I hated them because I feed at 4:30 in the morning, and every time I opened up the door to come out, they're at the fence line going bah! As loud as they can, and at 4:30 you don't want to hear that. So
Right.
and these guys just are quiet.
All you have to do really is look at them and you get a good feeling. They're so cute and so lovable looking.
Yep, they are. They're just very nice disposition.
Well, I'm going to let you get back to it. Thank you so much for the information. This is really an enjoyable experience.
One thing that they're doing, if you watch, she's taking the prime off and she's putting it in one bag. She tries to keep it together, and that'll be labeled as a prime. So when it goes up to the mill to be processed, they know if that's prime or second or thirds. A lot of people don't use second and thirds because of the shortness of the length, but we use it all. We use all the fleece from all of our animals, and in fact we end up buying fleece from 2 or 3 other farmers, so we use it all here.
So you don't mill it, you send it out to be milled and then bring it back home?
Yep, we send it up to Stonehenge Fiber Mill up at East Jordan, and they're very, very good. We have a good relationship with them, and in fact they did the processing of all the yarn for the Olympic apparel that they had this last winter, so they worked with Ralph Lauren for all that, and it's
Was that some of your yarn as well?
no, probably not. I don't know if it was alpaca they used or if it was wool. They have merino sheep, so it could be wool.
Yeah, so I guess that would be important to have a good relationship with your mill so that you're sure you're getting your fleece back.
Yep, and to get it back on in a timely basis, because we do a lot with ours, and so we kind of like to know when we're going to get it back so we can plan our projects. So.
And so if people want to get in touch with you I happened to buy a pair of alpaca socks last winter, and I was very happy with them. So if people want to get in touch with you or find out how they can purchase that from you in our area, Oxford, what do they need to do?
They can go on our website, which is Dreamcatcher Alpacas, and it'll come up immediately. And we have a store here. It's open on the weekends from 10 to 4, and we have all kinds of handmade items plus commercial items directly from Peru.
Fun stuff in there. Beautiful little alpaca toys even for the grandkids. Bill, I'm going to keep on watching what they're doing, and I want to pay attention to that.
Hi, my name is Alex Provencher, and I am at Canine Stray Rescue. We are an animal shelter specifically for dogs located here in Oxford. We carry about 50 dogs, and whenever they come in, we neuter and spay them and get them all up to date on their vaccinations. We take care of any other health issues when they come in. A lot of times they come in neglected or abused, so we do our best to really work with them and make sure that they are healthy and ready to go once they go through our processing. We give them baths, we make sure that all the fleas and ticks and all of that kind of things are taken care of. Like I said, we carry about 50 dogs. We usually get in around 10 every week, so there's constantly new dogs. So if you came in one day and didn't find any, you could come in another day and there would be pretty much a whole new set. The dog that I have with me right here is Amiga. We got her in last week. She is a 2-year-old terrier mix. Obviously, she's very sweet. She likes to just be held and likes to cuddle, and she really liked her bath. So she needs to go to a home with either no kids or kids who are a little bit older, 4 and up, just because of how small she is. She's a little bit more timid than a bigger dog. So, but she would be a great friend for anyone. She's very sweet, cuddly, does really well with all of the handling that they tried with her temperament test. Canine Stray Rescue does a lot of events, especially through the summer. We go to picnics and parks. Whenever you see a festival going on in Lake Orion, we're usually there. Every Saturday, we go to either the Pet Stuff on Lapeer or the Petco on Baldwin. The first Saturday is Petco and the second is Pet Stuff, and it trades on and off. We usually bring about 8 or 9 dogs, and they're available to go right then and there. But yeah, then we do like stuff at the zoo, stuff at parks, just to get our name out there and to get all of our dogs adopted, as we have a lot of furry friends here who are definitely looking for homes. So come out to Canine Stray Rescue, 2120 Metamora Road, Oxford. Meet our furry friends. We're always looking for volunteers and adopters. Thanks for watching.
The perfect summer has a voice. If we listen close enough, we can hear it. It whispers, one more game, one more swim, one more round. And it speaks softly through the cool nights, murmuring one more log, one more marshmallow, one more walk along the shore. The perfect summer is waiting. The perfect summer is Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Hi, welcome to Walnut Hill Farm. Today's shearing day, so you get to see from start to finish what it's like to shear alpacas. Well, I hope you enjoyed shearing day at Walnut Hill Farm. It was a pleasure, and if you have any questions, you can always give me a call, 810-441-6660. Thank you, and have a great day.
Good stuff, Terry. Next up, we went to another great ribbon cutting in Oxford, this time at the brand new Health Quest building.
Welcome to the official ribbon cutting of Health Quest. Dan Garr has been here for 10 years now in the community of Oxford, and he is in his new facility, and today is their grand opening and their 10th anniversary. They have taken this time to allow us to do their ribbon cutting along with their grand opening, and we'd like to make it official by Dan cutting the ribbon.
All right, make this happen.
Dan, how would you like to say a few words?
I would, thank you. Wow. Well, thank you all for coming. I know it's not the greatest weather day, but I appreciate everybody showing up on a cold, windy day. We're blessed to be here. 10 years in Oxford, a wonderful community, wonderful people, a great team. Without the team, without the family, without the people of this community, we wouldn't be where we are. We're very happy and very fortunate to put a new footprint on the south side of town. We're going to hopefully build up this side of town a little bit better and make this whole Oxford community a better community for everybody to live in and hopefully be more healthy if they ever need our help. I'd like to thank my whole team. They're all behind me. Hopefully most of them are. We're leading the way. HealthQuest is leading the way in healthcare and physical therapy and medical fitness and keeping people moving, whether they're healthy or not. We get them healthy, we get them there, then our medical fitness team takes over, and they keep them moving throughout the rest of their lives, hopefully. So a big thank you to everybody. I think Julie Richmond, Julie Richmond is my medical fitness director. She's taken what we have in therapy to a whole new level with what she's doing with the fitness classes we offer here at HealthQuest. So Julie Richmond.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. It's just a blessing, as Dan said, to be here. I started out with Phil way back at Prescription Fitness, if anybody remembers that, on Lapeer Road, south of here, and have been with HealthQuest on and off in all my career. I'm a teacher in the area. I love Oxford. I've been, all three of my kids have grown up in Oxford, and I'm just grateful to have this place to help transition people and help them to move better, either in therapy or moving on to all types of different fitness at all levels. And so I thank you for welcoming me and the whole team. And go Oxford. Go Wildcats.
Thank you very much.
Next up, we recently went to the John Jay Gould ceremony at the Ridgeland Memorial Cemetery. The Oxford community honored fallen night watchman John Jay Gould, who some say was killed by Purple Gang bootleggers in 1925. Let's watch.
Let us pray. Dear God, we have come into this place of standing stones as reminders to lives that were lived. There are mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles here. And there is this man, long forgotten, who now has a stone to his memory. His life will not go unnoticed. His life will not be forgotten. Because of the work of our officers, Malcolm and Solwald, we have a stone and a story to remember them by. And this is the dedication, Father, for each one of our officers who serve, that they will be remembered too whenever their day comes, and I pray it is an old age. Father, may this place may it ever remain safe and sacred. We entrust Officer Gould's memory to this place. And may we work towards a day where we have no more line of duty deaths, where we can have peace. Until that day, protect our men and women that serve us. Keep them safe. Keep them ever diligent. Pray this all in your Son's name. Amen.
John Jay Gould paid the ultimate sacrifice, February 13th, 1925. Jay was hired as the Oxford Village Night Watchman to protect Oxford. On February 13th, 1925, at approximately 3 a.m., Jay Gould was doing exactly that. Downtown, while on foot patrol, Jay encountered 6 individuals behind the bank, which we believe to this day was a bootleg incident. He escorted these 6 individuals back to their car. 2 of these individuals assaulted Jay and shot him, leaving him for dead. Until this day, Jay's murder remains unsolved. For 90 years, Jay is laid to rest on this hill with no gravestone. It's hard for me not to get choked up about that. Today, now, and forever, John Jay Gould, you have a gravestone. Thank you for your service. God bless you, and may you rest in peace. Thank you.
Next up, in 2010, 2-year-old Liddy Furr lost her life at the hands of her stepmother. Since then, her mother has been raising money to help other children out of abusive situations with the organization Justice for Lily. This year's event, the Apprentice Ball, was a big, big success, and Terry and Kyle were there.
Hi, Bill. What an event we're at in Metamora tonight. We are at the Lions Club, and it's the Princess Ball for Lily, correct? Is that how you say it? And I am with Lily's mom. What an event that you've put together. How many years in the making is this?
This is our 3rd year.
What does it take? I mean, it's not just you and your mom doing it. I know that your mission is to raise funds for abused children, correct?
Correct. We have a team of volunteers behind us, and we couldn't do it without them. We have supporters all over the world, and they just all come together tonight for Lily, and we're just excited to celebrate her life.
And you said that Lily has a saying, I love you to the moon and back. Is that what it was?
I love you to infinity and beyond. And so that's what we do, is we fight to infinity and beyond.
And do you have any idea, so you've done this for 3 years in a row, have you been able to talk to maybe a child that was abused that's benefited from your fundraising, or gotten good stories, good reports from that?
Yes, I have. I've talked to their parents a lot. We help foster kids, and I was just talking to a foster parent, and they were saying how grateful they are for our organization, and we just love being able to help kids that deserved a better life than what they got.
How far-reaching is that? Is that in just this community, Oakland County, Oxford, Orion, Metamora? How far-reaching does your fundraising go?
Right now we're in Lapeer County, and this year our plan is to branch out to Oakland and Genesee County. So hopefully with the money raised tonight, we can afford to help other counties as well.
And this is your only event per year, right? But you do talks, do you do speaking?
I do speaking throughout the year, and we also have a softball tournament. We have a craft weekend. We have different events for families to come out and enjoy with their kids.
What a legacy for your daughter. If people want to get in touch with you to maybe arrange sending donations or funds, how do they do that?
We have a Facebook page called Justice for Lily, or they can go on our website, justiceforlily.com, or they can email us at justiceforlily@hotmail.com.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are an amazing person, and I know that you do that with your daughter's strength, and you are helping so many people just emotionally, giving them strength to carry on. And thank you for talking with us.
Well, thank you for being here tonight.
It's a lovely evening. Back to you, Bill.
Well, there you go. Well, that's all the time for this week. We hope you enjoyed our program. So for our reporter and editor, Terry Stiles, I'm Bill Service, and you have a great, great week.
If you like to spend time in the outdoors, then there's a good chance you could come across a young fawn. And normally, young fawns are found alone because their mothers place them there to be safe. A young fawn has very little scent, and the mother will only come in just a couple times a day in order to feed it, and leaves quickly so that she doesn't leave behind her scent. So if you find a young fawn curled up in the grass, that's actually the safest place for it to be. Enjoy that moment, but don't touch it or move it. The mother will be back soon.
Only licensed rehabilitators can legally possess wildlife, so please leave wildlife in the wild. For a list of licensed rehabilitators throughout the state, visit michigan.gov/wildlife.